Freshman Republican Representative Nancy Mace recently made headlines for being one of the few Republicans who said, yeah, Trump should be held accountable for what he said at the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th. She found herself being attacked by Marjorie Taylor Greene, but hey, she got to go on Fox News and other outlets a lot for being one of the few Republicans to speak out against Trump. Well, this obviously didn't sit well with Trump, so this week Nancy Mace was back in the news because Donald Trump endorsed her primary challenger, one of four actually, a woman by the name of Katie Arrington. So Nancy Mace, in a desperate bid to prove that she is still a Trumper, traveled to New York City in front of Trump Tower and put together a video begging for support. And of course, talking about how much she has always loved and will always love Donald Trump himself. So here's the clip. It's a bit long. It's a little under 2 minutes, but please watch this whole thing because this is absolutely one of the weirdest videos I have ever seen a Republican put out. Here it is.
Hey everyone, Congresswoman Nancy Mace here. I'm in front of Trump Tower today, and I remember in 2015 when President Trump announced his run. I was one of his earliest supporters. I actually worked for the campaign in 2016. I worked in 7 different states across the country to help get him elected. I supported him again in 2020 because of policies I believed in. He brought American jobs back. He lowered our taxes, wages, and employment were better for every hardworking American in our country. He made America safer, and he took on China directly. And America was stronger all around the world. And quite frankly, freedom and democracy was stronger all around the world. And these are things I still believe in today, policies I believe in and continue to. As a strong fiscal conservative, I believe in putting America first. I believe in putting our country back on the path to prosperity. But Nancy Pelosi would love nothing more than to win this seat back in a midterm election cycle. She did it in 2018, and she can do it again this cycle. And I was elected to represent the people of the 1st District. I won this seat back for Republicans in 2020. And if you want a Republican majority, to thwart the radical far left DC Democrat agenda, then we've got to keep the seat in Republican hands. We've got to get a majority back. If you want to lose this seat once again in midterm election cycle to Democrats, then my opponent is more than qualified to do just that. If you want a Republican majority, if you want someone to continue to represent the low country, if you want someone to represent the low country with our fiscally conservative values, then I'm here to serve.
So let's forget the fact that literally everything she said about what Trump accomplished during his time in office, all of that is totally false. Like no basis in reality at all. But she has to praise him. She has to tell him how much she loves him, and she worked for you in 2016, and how could you turn your back on her? You've endorsed somebody who she says is totally going to lose this congressional seat, and then by God, Nancy Pelosi is still going to be in power. Because every Republican in the country has to vote against Nancy Pelosi, even though they're not in her district. Because that's how weak the Republicans are, for the record. Just so everybody understands, that's why they do this. They got to have a villain. 2016, it was Hillary Clinton. Hell, 2018, it was still Hillary Clinton. The years before that, it was Barack Obama. And now, of course, it's Nancy Pelosi. The big demon of the Democratic Party that Republicans have to take down. And so they end up putting together idiotic videos like that, where they look completely pathetic. Hell, it was so pathetic that even her Trump-endorsed challenger, Katie Arrington, got on Twitter and started making fun of her for it. And I gotta say, the attacks that Arrington leveled against Nancy Mace were pretty good. Because she brought up the point, what are you doing in New York City? You represent low country over here in North Carolina. Why are you up there campaigning? You missed the turn for the studio for Fox News? It was clever. I had to give her that. It was clever. Not that I like Arrington, but I also don't like Mace. And if they want to go at each other, bloody each other up enough in the primary to where a Democrat takes back the seat, hey, I am here for it all day. Because that's what's going to happen. But Nancy Mace needs to remember something. Donald Trump's endorsement is not an endorsement at all. In a vast majority of cases, it's the kiss of death. Because, as we have talked about, they've actually already done studies on this and analyses. When Donald Trump endorses you, your chances of winning that race suddenly fall below 50%. Even if you were polling at the top, when he endorses you, you lose support. You lose money to your challenger. They raise more money after Trump endorses somebody else. So Nancy, whine all you want, but missing out on that endorsement might be the only thing that saves your career. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.